Welcome back. A statement by a member of COPE claiming that President Zuma publicly rejected the census result at the official opening of the House of Traditional Leaders got under the skin of some cabinet ministers in the National Assembly. Let's speak up on that statement from COPE MP Mr. Ngaba Bhanga.
During a speech before the National House of Traditional Leaders, President Zuma has publicly rejected the census results as propaganda and invention of the media to undermine government. Government cannot ignore the census realities. Inequality is fertile mother of instability that can bring our country to its knees. Not only did the census 2011 figures show growing disparities between whites and black South Africans, but a rapidly growing income gap between the black Africans. The nature and intensity of the recent wage demands and unrest demonstrate our vulnerability as a nation. This is fueled by the wage disparity between the highly skilled top executives and the entry-level employees. At the root of our inequality gap is our dysfunctional education system. Less than a third of South Africans have completed matric, while Y8.6 have not had any education at all. Without a relevant and quality education, there is no way of getting a better paying job. Although perceptions are currently being created that the unrest will translate into a better wage. Thank you.
Honourable Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I heard the Honourable Member say that the President has rejected the outcome of the census. That is not true. Absolutely not true.
Thank you, Honourable Member. Honourable Member. Please proceed.
The President...
Honourable Member, what point are you rising on?
I'm rising on a point of order. The Honourable Minister didn't rise on a point of order. She, in fact, rised on a point of dispute. Thank you.
Ministers will have an opportunity to respond to the statements. I'll give you an opportunity then to respond, Honourable Minister. Honourable Member, please proceed and conclude.
The President must focus more on investing on education to improve the income gaps between our people. He continued to undermine the fact that there's a growing income gap between the blacks, South Africans, and Africans in this country, which the census reflects, in which the President disputes.
I want to indicate that it is unfounded, misleading, irresponsible, and a deliberate distortion of facts for the honourable members sitting that other side to suggest that the President, when addressing the National House of Traditional Leaders, made any statement suggesting that the census reports are not accessible. That statement was made in the precinct of Parliament and at the old Assembly chamber. Honourable Speaker, I can assure that that statement may be retrieved for the honourable member to see as to how out of touch he is, in as far as listening to a simple statement and then conclude otherwise. Thank you very much.
The President, in fact, received the census report from the Minister of Development and Planning in a public engagement, very excited about the outcome of the census, because for the first time we're able to get a glimpse of South Africa as it is. And more importantly, we were able to see the impressive improvements that have been brought about by the ANC government in that particular census. The President congratulated the census people, calling the chief of the team the yellow man. The matter was brought before Cabinet. Cabinet in turn congratulated the census team because we are exceedingly happy. It keeps us on our toes, understanding what it is we're doing, what it is we're not doing. But importantly, we are succeeding as this government reads that census. And I'd like, therefore, as a point of order, to indicate that the honourable member misled the House. It is against the rules of this House that he should say what he said when he knows very well that it is not true. If he didn't, I am pointing it out now, and I'd like him, please, to withdraw that remark. I was still on the floor, not unless it's...
Well,
she's still on the
point,
floor.
point of order, Speaker.
Okay, what the point of order?
The point of order is that the Minister has absolutely no way that she could call on our member to withdraw a statement that he made in the House. The ANC tries to control everything, but they will not control the content of debate in this House. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Speaker?
Yes, honourable member. Is that a point of order?
I would like to address on the point of order raised before you rule.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This issue has been raised now for the third time in this House. Whether or not a point of order can be raised in respect of the allegation of a member having said something which is not true. It's a serious matter. We cannot be held by the standard of truth assessed from the one side or the other side of the aisle. If we get into discussions on whether something said by politicians is true, we are going to have an endless amount of point of orders with no improvement on the quality of this debate.
Member, it's no longer a point of order, it's now a statement.
No, I would urge you, therefore, to rule that it is not unparliamentary. Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, the rules of this House are very clear. Misleading the House is unacceptable. I therefore request that you study Hansard. I therefore request you study what the member has said. It's not a question of who said what. What he is saying is blatantly untrue, misleading the House.
Member, I'll study the Hansard and I'll come back with the ruling.
Can the Minister please just explain to us which rule?
Honourable member, please take your seat. I've made a ruling. Honourable member, I've made a ruling. I'm studying the Hansard and come back on this issue.
Thank you, Chairperson.
And your time has expired.
The Children's Day debate under the theme Protecting and Nurturing Children to Realize Their Full Potential. That's our story after the break. Don't go away.